Alright, so this will be the last video that I post today. It's just some things that I kind of realized for myself. And if it can help you, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Because I like to give to you. I need to give to you, to help you to understand. It's not necessary that you do understand, though. If you don't, I get that. And if you do, I get that too. And that's, like I said, that's great. Um, what I wanted to say though was I've met a lot of people, been around a lot of people, and there's a lot of social stigma going on. There's a lot of death of self expression. You don't know how to be yourself anymore because you're too busy overcompensating for everything else. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You understand. And maybe you don't. Maybe you stand out. Maybe you push. Maybe you make yourself known. You put your feet into the world and everybody changes around you. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're on the other end, but either way, it still happens. And yes, I move my hands a lot, so yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to say was there are a couple of phrases that people use, and they're never really put together. They're never really. They're just these phrases, They're just these ideas, and the logic behind them eludes most people. Like it slips away. It's lost because saying it is flat. You don't get it because you don't know where it comes from. The phrase being, the two phrases being, one, you can't please everybody, and two, I'm not good enough. First off, you can never please anybody or everybody because within every moment, each person is being affected by an external and internal world, thereby changing who they are. So the person you knew a moment ago is significantly different within the next moment. And feelings and circumstances and situations change everything. You can contribute to that, you can give to that, but whether they change is their choice. The way that they're changing is their choice. If they receive you, that's on them. If they don't, that's their choice. And you can't help that. You can't control that. And because everyone is changing and because you can't please everyone, it's an impossibility by the law of existence of emotional, spiritual evolution that you can't be good enough because there's always something better to be. There's always something more beautiful to ascend to. There's always something more. And that's a beautiful thing that doesn't have to hold you down, that doesn't have to be daunting. Because it's like breathing, it's natural to grow. And people that choose not to, people that make that conscious choice to stay circling the drain, it hurts. You stay lost, you stay alone. And in a relationship, any relationship, whether it be friends, countrymen, as I've said before, lovers, whatever, it takes both sides because if you go out of your way to overcompensate for people, then that enables them to sink lower. So instead of enabling them to be better, rising to an equal standard with you overcompensate, you drive yourself nuts. and they stay where they are if they choose to. If you come to know people that are equal with you, that are on the level with you, that are willing to compensate with you, give a little bit of themselves for the little bit that you give to them, then it works. It's perfect. There are things that are rooted in people. There are things that you can't change. Things that you can only really change yourself. You can only really choose your own choices. And if you really do care, you accept those roots. You give people room to grow from them, and you allow people to exist same as you are, because we can't do anything else. We can't slip away from the idea of change. Even if it gets darker, even if we go further down, even if we break a sacred beauty within ourselves because we just can't see it. There are people that remind you how beautiful you are. There are mirrors in our lives that help us if we choose to look. Because love is not a one-sided thing. And it's not just about love either. It's about every emotion. Every emotion is acceptable, Everything has its place. Everything, like I said, everything is your choice. So if you're having the worst day of your life and you choose to go out and make it better, that's beautiful. If you choose to stay home and circle the drain, that's okay too. It's understandable. It's fine. You just might be a little lonelier doing the second option. But you'll get to it. I know you'll get to it. I have faith in you. I'm finding faith in myself. And that is good enough. Because it's never good enough. Because there's always more. There's always more to taste, more to experience, more to life. Think about it, yeah?